Jesse, coming to you P-Town, Oregon, and with me is my BFF forever, my kindergarten cop, Zachary Abensblad. And today we're going to talk to you about all manner of things that we find interesting. We hope that you will too. So give it up for both of us, because there's no guests tonight.
Thank you.
It's good to be here.
It was a good run.
I felt like we did it better when we were just practicing, but I mean that's how it always goes.
That's true. We'll see how it goes next time.
That was improvised for the most part. I don't want to brag.
It was not intentional.
We didn't go to Berkeley, but here we are. Yeah. We did have mad kids.
Yeah, I did want to say, for those of you trying to watch live, we're sorry, but it's not a feature that's been unlocked yet. You definitely, if you'd like to help make that a possibility, we'd gladly take any donations,
Patreon,
charities.
I think that's the only. Oh yeah, there's another one.
If you want to start one for us, but yeah, something to give you like a little sense of pride and accomplishment.
So Zach, we've been trying to do this for a while now. It's been kind of hard to coordinate the schedule. Life's just so freaking hectic.
We're busy guys. I gotta work.
I pretend to be busy. People go, Jesse, what have you been doing? And I say,
I'm
so busy.
Yeah, sometimes your heart's not in it, and if your heart's not in it, I don't want to do it.
I'll tell you what, it's been a rough couple of weeks for me at the old job and chain, as I like to call it.
Yeah, without disclosing where you work. Fuck yeah.
But yeah, Zach, what have you been up to? What have you been doing?
Well,
you got anything in the works?
Obviously working.
Yeah.
For money.
Yeah. You gotta work to live to work.
Doing, stuff I kind of like.
Mm-hmm.
I like to cook, but
I like to eat your cooking.
Thank you.
That habanero mac.
I made some habanero wings last night. No, that was...
What kind of pepper?
That's Carolina Reaper. I put some Reaper sauce in that. Hellfire. Shout out to Hellfire sauce. I forget the company, but that's what it's called. That was good. Thank you. And also last night, we made some chicken wings, and I made some spicy pepper sauce to go on it. We got habaneros and serranos, and I boiled them in some water, and then I blended them up with some cilantro and green onion. I'm giving out a free recipe right here, so if you're not taking notes, it's your own fucking fault.
We will not be posting this recipe on our website because we do not have one. So take notes.
Yeah, or make a website for us. Salt, pepper. That was honestly it. Some raw garlic and onion, and then I put it in the blender.
Salt and pepper. It's so important. There's never going to be a recipe where
there shouldn't ever be. Well, maybe pepper.
No pepper?
Not in maybe if you're baking. But I will say I do put black pepper in almost everything that I cook. So I obviously enjoy that. But what I don't enjoy is being responsible for other people. And
you're like a manager, aren't you?
Exactly. That's the worst part about it.
It's funny how people who, I don't know, the people who don't want to do it are almost the ones who are most well suited.
But
the people who want to manage people fucking suck at it. Like
yes.
My dream is to manage people. That's like a red flag. Do not let this guy anywhere near your team.
That's a good point.
I got that from Chronicles of Narnia. Prince Caspian. Look it up. It's at the end.
Excellent. Yeah. It's in the film. I can just watch that.
Well, I mean, the book.
Skip to the end.
It's probably,
if you estimated a page to 68.
I don't know. Aslan, he's talking to Prince Caspian, and Caspian's like, "Dog, dude,
do you think
I don't want to
be
be
300 pages."
No, it's so short. It's like, Aslan, I don't want to be king, and he's like, "But you must, Peter." That's why you were destined to be king. And for those of you out there who think I'm doing Liam Neeson, I'm not. Okay, look up the BBC. That's the real shit. Okay, not
Did
these Hollywood
Liam Neeson play the live. Oh wait, well.
Oh, Susan likes Prince Caspian, and I know this is kind of late on for the commentary. Those movies came out like over 10 years ago, but it's valid.
And the BBC ones, you're right. There was a lot more work that went into that.
They didn't have a big budget. I got them on DVD.
And I guess I don't.
We'll watch them.
I don't want to take away also from the animators working on, they got to make a living, but also, yeah. So, right. I hate being responsible for other people. Only
Me too.
The biggest part I hate about it is, just if you don't show up for work, I got to deal with it, and
somebody's got to pick up the slack.
Yeah, I hate doing that, and I'm in a predicament right now. My boss is on vacation again for the second time
this
in a
year.
Month.
Second time in a month?
Yes.
How many at what point
honestly,
do you just want to go to work?
It is out of character, but
they need the time off.
And she does deserve it. She works really hard, but now I'm stuck with not only my cooks, but the fucking front of house servers, and they're just a bunch of fucking babies. It's such a chill job.
Hey, I'm patting his back. Hey.
That feels good.
As an underling, I'm often complaining about my leaders, but here's a leader.
Yeah, but you work fucking downtown, and people are in line for hours. These guys...
okay, they were in line for hours on that free delivery day, yeah. But most of the time, I think our throughput's pretty good.
But you get busy constantly, right?
Yeah.
And because people eat lunch around there.
And they just come, we're all in the same building, so they just, walked in. We're just basically their cafeteria. It's hilarious. Same people every day, and, we treat each other like strangers. It's so funny. I'll be like, hey, Dave, and those be, mild. How are you? How's the wife? How's the kid? Can I get, I feel like I've revealed so much already.
That happens to me, though, too.
More.
Oh, good morning. I'll have a ham and cheese omelet.
One time my boss's boss came in, and he was working the line. He's like, hey, good morning, sir. What can I get for you? And they said, burrito.
Your boss's?
My boss's boss.
Oh, God.
Yeah, he was working the line, which...
Burrito, you worm.
I know, it was so funny. I was like, oh. Most people who work the line are, secretly, what can I get for you? They don't want to be there. But he's so good at projecting, genuine, helpfulness and, friendliness.
Sounds like a nice guy.
He is nice. I really prefer him to my last boss's boss.
My new boss's boss. Yeah, so I've just been getting calls on my days off,
hey Zach,
I'm sick.
I can't make it in. I don't. I'm not going to go into why, but I can't.
Some people are genuinely sick. It's been a bad year, but for instance, yesterday, I almost said his name, but I'm not going to.
I can say Zach's name. You can say my name,
true.
But we try and protect the innocent.
Mm-hmm. I'll change his name to protect him.
What are you going to change?
I'll call him John.
That's good. Pretty ambiguous.
Mm-hmm. John works 3 days a week, and he's a bartender. And I'll tell you what, if you work as a bartender there, let's say this guy works maybe 30 hours tops for his work week. His take home is probably $400 to $500, but then he has $1,000 in tips for just 3 days of work.
Yeah, man, my sister used to be a bartender, and yeah, the tips, when I was making good tips, I was like, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Food truck, pretty good tips.
He's making a lot of money. It's super simple, dude. The bar there, it gets busy some nights, but it's not a grungy dive. It's a nice.
He's not having
place.
to be a bouncer and.
Yeah, he's not at the Yamhill pub.
Hey, I know that place.
I know.
Been in there once. I did not really enjoy my time
there. Right. I mean, a cheap drink. And they'll pour it strong if you're nice, but it's also a place where like if they don't like you or the look of you, then they'll just they'll be dicks. So it's
I don't think I've ever been on a bartender's good side. I don't know what it is. They always seem mad. And I've heard
this
I have
guy
a
fits the
cherubic
bill
face,
too.
a cherubic face.
That John is mad too, and
You kind of have to have an edge. I get it.
But it gets to a point where it's like every time it gets busy, he's like, I don't know how much longer I can work here. The last time he did it, he was like, let's talk about end of April. And I was like, great. When my boss gets back, you could sit down and fucking talk to her.
No, I want
to
talk to you, Zach.
Jesus.
Let me talk to you.
But then it's like, okay, so fucking quit then and go find another job if that's what you want.
So world needs plenty of bartenders.
He has a little side business. They make chai tea.
I love chai tea,
and it is good chai.
It might be my favorite tea.
But also, so that's like where he's kind of like an entrepreneur. Sounds like there's been a couple shots out there, and the chai tea is the latest shot that they're going with.
So they've experimented in other teas and
I don't think tea, but
other drinks.
I don't know if were consumable or not, but I've just heard that he's tried a couple of businesses. And so, anyways, he fucking calls me yesterday, already at work, on one of the 3 days that he works there.
I actually forgot that 3 days. That's
so it's not that fucking hard. And
even 3 days at like the worst bar, it's just 3. It's not it's the minority of your week.
Seriously,
4 days to recuperate and recharge. Oh fuck!
I know. And 4 days that he's
stage
like
cage up,
working for himself, and it sounds like they get pretty busy with it. But I mean, that's cool. You're working for yourself, and hopefully that takes off. So he calls me from work. Hey, I got an emergency here,
Pling.
And I think, oh shit, what's going on at the restaurant that we work at?
Okay?
No, I was thinking like at work, like
you're home.
Yeah, I'm at home.
Oh, okay.
On my weekend.
That's not a great call.
And I'm thinking maybe there's like somebody in the bar who won't leave. No, he says.
I mean, you're tall. You're a pretty tall guy.
Yeah. Who can I call to intimidate? We have a security guard there.
Slapping
or
my
call
hand.
the fucking cops. It's a business. Don't call me. No, his emergency was for his own fucking business, and
What?
he said, like, I have to leave at 6:30. I'm not going to be able to close. And I was like, well,
the tea just keeps coming. There's a group of patriots throwing it into the Willamette. I don't know what to do.
But
Think
they need
Boys
more
or something. I
They
don't
need
know.
more. Oh boy, the PBs.
Sorry, folks. Well, we brought up Antifa, the equal.
Hey, if you're gonna pick a side,
boys. Okay, that's. I'm
Not
proud to
Boys.
be Antifa, bitch.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Do you know that the Proud Boys and Patriot Prayer had one of their last planned demonstrations down here? The cops found a couple of them on top of, and this is prior, like the morning of the planned demonstration. The cops came up on them on the top story, like the roof of a parking garage, with a bunch of rifles in their trunks. And, they didn't have grounds to like arrest them or take their guns away because
owning a firearm isn't inherently against the law.
Right. And it's, I think I think the law is if you're traveling with it should be in the trunk and unloaded. But so
the implication.
Yeah, and the cops just kind of left it at that. And I don't know the whole story, but I've read a couple articles just about some text communication between the police, the Portland police, and those guys, which it's a planned demonstration. I guess I'm all for law enforcement being aware of what's going on, but it more sounds like some kind of coordination. And I understand that Antifa here does fuck up a lot of the businesses, which I don't agree with.
Yeah. I've actually been at work when the Antifa people roll by and like, oh, we're required to stay open, and like, it's just, I don't know. They're always stealing our patio furniture and like throwing it in the street, and like, I don't know. And I if I'm at work and that happens, it's usually during the weekend, so I don't really experience it anymore.
You pull the fucking fire alarm.
No, but like I try and tell my coworkers, like, guys, just please stay in the store. Because if there's one thing our 6th grade teacher taught us, it's, are you ready for this, Zach?
I probably know it.
On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Mob mentality. And that's something that in the wars to come, we may all experience. Because if you don't look out, the mob may get you. Because they get all worked up, and then they just don't really care who they find. And I'm not attacking any specific group. This is just a lesson my 6th grade teacher taught me. They get all worked up. Read Julius Caesar. They get all worked up, and then it doesn't matter who they find. And it makes me nervous just to see a mob. And that's all I really have to say about mob mentality.
And yeah, and I didn't even. You took me by surprise, but she did fucking go off on that.
On and on and on. Julius Caesar was a cool unit, though.
On and on. But yeah, but still, like, come on, guys, what are you doing? I mean, if you're gonna destroy something, I don't condone the
Mexican
violence.
grills chairs.
Yeah,
and then they'll come in later with the Proud Boys, with the MAGA hat guys, like, and they'll just be like eating their fucking burritos.
Right. Well, it's their day off,
It's just it just cracks me up. Like, they're stealing our furniture, and then they come in a second later with like their bandanas pulled down, and the other guys.
At that point, the message is lost. Whatever you guys.
Is it irony? I don't even know what it is.
It's almost, yeah.
Like, we have our differences down the street in the park, but if there's one thing we can agree on, it's shitty Mexican food.
Maybe their plan with that is to just get the city to shut it all down instead of just letting the Proud Boys or the Patriot Prayer or whoever you want to call them, like, okay, well, if you're going to let them protest and march through the street, and when they show up, there's not a lot of them, and that's always pretty funny.
Which one? Which group?
Like the Patriot Prayer group.
I mean, I'd much rather, be an Antifa town than a fucking.
But maybe their plan at that point is to just escalate shit so far that the cops make everybody leave. That nobody's gonna protest now.
It's funny because you hear a lot about, like, I don't know, tear gas, Molotovs, all this stuff. The last time I had to drive to work during one of those protests, I saw this like giant like spider,
an 8-legged freak.
It was like an art thing. It was like made out of one of those rolly trash cans and had these enormous legs. It was really fucking cool. And it was just sitting on the side of the street. And then I see this black SUV with like 3 SWAT guys on each side. And like, it was funny because I actually couldn't go my regular route to work because one of the bridges was blocked off. And I had a moment where I thought, like, this is what it's like to like live in
like the Middle East right now.
Or I don't know, like, I'd never experienced anything like that, especially in Portland, Oregon. But like, it was running through my mind, like, worst case scenario, like, I gotta get out of this town maybe, or I gotta
get across the river. They're always downtown.
Well, but I couldn't. Like, I mean, luckily there was other bridges open.
You swim.
Right, I'm a good swimmer.
That's true. He is a good swimmer.
Varsity.
Trained.
I didn't let her though, because I didn't actually go to the high school. I went to the dinner.
You lettered in my heart.
Where's my letter, Coach?
I lettered, but
Gus,
you have to buy the jacket. They just give you a letter to put on.
You got the letter. I didn't even get the letter. I didn't go to the high school because my charter school didn't have any.
Oh
sports.
God, dude. Okay.
Shouldn't even have unzipped that.
We went to, before we get into schools, because we definitely could talk a lot about the charter school experience, at least ours. But yesterday we went to the gym and like ran on the treadmill for a little bit. Watched the Blazers. That was nice. Oh, that's why. So there was like 5 minutes left in the game, and it's the first round of playoffs. So after our exercise, we just sat down in kind of like the lobby area to watch the rest of the game. And this guy who doesn't even work there was, you know, he was there like for his workout, presumably.
Yeah. Ostensibly.
He was standing there talking to the two dudes working behind the desk. And that's what he was doing. He was talking to them, and for so fucking long, dude. For like 15 or 20 minutes, he was going off about his school, and he gave like basically his whole history from 1st to 5th grade, and they were just like, uh-huh. Oh, great. Oh, that's crazy. Uh-huh. Oh, wow. Dude, seriously? And
For real.
At like maybe 5 minutes in, I was like, man, this guy is really going. And then I realized that they were just, you know, being nice and dealing with it. And anytime they would get pulled away by like another customer, he would just sit there and wait for them to come back. And yeah, so anyways, the craziest teacher I had, Mrs. Pearson, she was nuts. She tried to kill herself. Can you fucking believe that? The teachers at our school went crazy. Anyways, then I was in 6th grade, and I had a band teacher. Oh man, he was so cool. He would wear he would wear Billabong shirts every fucking day.
That's
and
not that cool.
We called him Mr. Billabong. Hey, what's up, Mr. Billabong? Hey,
Well, I had a science teacher named Mr. E, so top that, dude. Billabong.
One of our. Do you remember? Well, maybe not. I was wearing a Billabong shirt once.
Dude, I wore Billabong shirts like from 2nd grade to like 6th grade. I don't see how that's cool. Like, it's just what my mom brought home.
Billabong is out.
Well, I feel like now it could be cool.
Mervin's, probably, dude.
Mervin's?
Oh yeah, Mervin's.
That's out. That's not. I mean, it sounds familiar, but
Well, one day at Sand Ridge, I was wearing that, and one of like another student's parent was like, "Do you know what a Billabong is?"
Yeah,
and I was like, "No,
tell me.
I didn't." And they said, "Yeah, it's an Outback thing."
you go on a walkabout and you find a Billabong and you go, "What happened to all the water,
Where's the water?
mate?"
So it's an empty reservoir, right?
I thought it was a dry riverbed.
Okay. I actually was just gonna leave it at he told me what it was and not say what it was.
We try to drive our listeners to learn. You know, look up the fucking Wikipedia. Jesus
Christ, it's easy. Billabong. Ooh, first hit is billabong.com.
Get those vintage Billabong shirts. They're a little small.
HTML does not work. HTML broken. Yeah, come on. It's just all this shit about the. There we go. Wikipedia, mate. A billabong is an Australian term for an oxbow lake. Getting English.
English.
Which is an isolated pond. Left after a river changes its course. So it's like it floods an area, and then the water level goes down.
Okay. So it's not a dry one. It's like the water channels change and it leaves. Okay.
Right. Interesting. It's a seasonal pond.
You know, I actually watched Crocodile Dundee for the first time the other day.
That's right. Yeah.
And it had a couple cool moments. It wasn't completely not worth watching. And it's funny, I never really considered myself like into movies, but just by comparison, like I watched so many of them. Like I think that's the main tell when you're like into something is people are like, man, you really like movies, huh? And you're like, well, I mean, I don't know, like
I like some of them.
It's like, I don't know, it's like realizing you have like an addiction or something. You're like, oh my god,
I do
have a drinking problem. Fuck, I do like every day.
Yeah, the guys at Movie Madness are like, dude, do you just want a key? I mean, you don't have to.
No, here's the thing: is I don't rent any of them. I'm a pirate.
Pirate,
laddie. You see, people think Torrenton's all dead, but the streaming be where it's at. You just look. If you got a PS4, whatever you want to fucking watch is probably on like a Putlocker proxy site or something. Here's a tip. Here's for the listeners at home.
Yeah.
I want to watch.
Or me.
Now, HBO's a little trickier. It's TV. This doesn't always work with TV shows. And I know you guys got Netflix and Hulu and shit. Thank you for your sponsorship. But type in whatever movie you want to watch, and you just preface it with watch and then the title.
Now, this is in the Internet Explorer.
This is like the for an Xbox One or a PlayStation, just like
go
the
to
web
the internet
browser.
yeah.
Yeah, and I know you think, well, they're useless. Correction, they're not.
No, yeah.
So you watch, and then the movie title,
right,
and then streaming free, and like you might have to do a little bit of searching, but like Vimeo, I think that's how you say it, or Putlocker. I kind of have arguments with my Sorry, no.
Putlocker.
I call it Putlocker,
P-U-T?
but my old roommate would always insist Putlocker, and I go, what fucking is it?
I would say Putlocker.
Putlocker, yeah, it's where you put all that stolen media.
A putt is
for
two
all
T's.
the other movies.
Like what?
Putt.
Tiger Woods.
He's a good putter.
He putted yesterday and won the Masters.
They still let him play, but he was unfaithful to his wife.
Mm-hmm. And
I thought golf had higher standards than that.
I guess it's kind of like a comeback tale for him, and probably a good way to finish his career out, right? Not like an asshole. But I guess he hasn't won one since 2008. I'm not a big golf guy.
Well, he's a fucking cheater, and he deserves to lose every fucking thing he plays. Thanks, Tobacco, for sponsoring the show and for being a huge influence to my friend Zach here.
Honestly,
he invites me to every show you guys do, and I go, I just do I have
what
the money
sucks
for it?
is I've always wanted to see Black Moss Super Rainbow. I've never seen the whole group.
It's like me with White Stripes.
The last time they were here, oh wow,
I've seen like every Jack White band, but the White Stripes.
But White Stripes, and that'll never happen.
But White Stripes.
Butt wipe.
All right, don't laugh at that one. At home.
But and the last time they came here, just due to some unfortunate stuff, we couldn't go, and I was so bummed because that's like 10 years ago that I started listening to them, and I've seen Tobacco multiple times, and that's an awesome show. And then he was like, who knows if we're going to do any more Black Moss stuff. Basically, maybe was just putting that out there, but they haven't toured in a long time, and they implied that they may not tour again. So
that's a bummer. It's always sad when like the original group quits. And I mean, it seems like Black Moth, they kind of have the central creator, sort of like, Jack White's the central creator of the White Stripes, but there's just sort of, the original group, they came to success for a reason. Right. It didn't start off with Tobacco.
Right.
It didn't start off, it started off with, and I think all the members contribute, even if there is a main creator.
And maybe it did start out as, I have these songs, and they're like, well, let me have at it.
Let me take a shot of that.
Let's do that song, but let's us do it.
We'll do it our way.
Yeah, definitely one of my biggest influences, and probably one of the first ones I'd say if you would say, well, what's your favorite band? I hate that question.
Zach, what is your... If I have
blank.
a loaded gun pointed at your head right now. I didn't click. I didn't...
George Strait.
Okay. click.
And
You're
but
free to go.
does that count as a band?
George Strait? Who is that? I don't even know.
He's a country man. Yeah.
I don't know what that was. Sorry, pal.
I don't know. I'm trying to. That's like a.
We're getting real. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
We're getting out there.
Go to hell.
So this, I have two things that we can riff off of right now. We can talk about the black. I think it's called Black Tape Project, which I think is hilarious and sexy, but like it's so absurd.
Or sexy. Or
Dude, it's so dumb. Like, look, I'm gonna do a quick search on YouTube.
Black Tape.
I think it's just Black Tape Project. And I found it just on like a Reddit dive of like, you know, I what can I say? I like to look at beautiful women on Reddit. I'm subscribed to, I don't know, just stupid, like, it wakes me up.
Right.
Like, I like to think it's classy, but I don't,
Like
I'm just kidding myself.
NSFW ones?
No, I try and just keep it to safe for work stuff.
Tasteful.
Cause like I'm on my phone at work and I'm just scrolling, you know, looking at Star Wars stuff, looking at, you know,
And,
movie
you know,
stuff, and it's nice to see like a shapely gal and yoga pants,
Right.
You know, but so I somehow stumbled onto Black Tape Project.
Oh, wow.
It's interesting, right? To say
Not
the
here,
least.
folks.
It's just like, what is this?
You've seen our metallic body tape
So,
on social media.
If you're not gonna go out and look it up, it's basically
seen us in the news.
runway models wearing only dressed only
I
in
see.
electrician's tape, you know,
Right.
the black tape, and so they make all these crazy designs and these crazy outfits.
Well, now, I'm not
It's-
seeing just black tape. Oh, wait, but it's that style of tape, just different color?
So the original iteration that I saw on Reddit was just electrician's tape, but if you go on YouTube, it's kind of taken on a life of its own. And I was gonna do this whole bit where you're like, you know, this is something I'm really like interested in, and like I think it's really interesting. I think it's cool, but I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. These
Let's
women are
talk about
beautiful, and I just like to look at them.
You look at it because they're basically naked.
really throwing me under the
Fucking
bus.
pervert.
Yeah, I know.
That's a net.
Crucify me.
That's and those are models. They're doing it.
But
That's-
it borders on absurd. On absurdist to me because I feel like fashion is about, you know, selling clothes. I'm not really into. I can pretend to be. You know, I've been following the Black Tape Project. I really like what they're doing.
Right. Like what are they? They're just selling the tape. That's all they're marketing.
I don't know. That's why it's absurd to me.
Well,
is because I
maybe-
don't know what the end game is.
Maybe it's more like
you get them in a
this
rap music.
famous
You get them in a hip hop
designers,
music
like
video. I don't know.
maybe it's about the designers that are putting the
Just
tape
sort
on.
of like it's art. You're seeing like really just flexing the art muscle in fashion industry.
right.
Right. And I appreciate it. But I just again it's funny to me.
And would you
Like
go
I just had to laugh.
to see it in a live setting?
I just feel like I would have to make time to do that, and I don't think there's any like events in my area. But I mean, the few times I have been around like a runway and fashion models, yeah. I mean, I've enjoyed every second of it.
When
I don't think it's, you know,
I think the only time I've seen a runway is when we were at the
raw artists.
raw artists.
Yeah. And they were all really nice people.
Yeah, I don't really remember it. But
I remember the runway and interacting with them very shortly, like backstage and stuff. That was a weird show, though. There were people with, like, that made T-shirts. There was video artists. There were like a runway and like models and designers.
yeah, all kinds of art.
And then there was our band
Then there was us.
and a
I was
DJ.
on a sick riser. Like
That was
I had
cool.
my own little room for drums.
And we all do costumes now, but I think our front man was the only one wearing a costume that show. He was wearing a mask or something.
At least we were playing. Like I think we played like let's spend some time together kind of stuff.
I remember distinctly playing 12 as a dozen, and that's probably one of our more. It's
Why
very
not?
long. It's like none of it. Like we're all playing different shit with like delay and fuzz, and this is really loud. And I remember distinctly like there was a good chunk of time that there was no applause. Like we finished the song,
Yeah.
and people were like,
I was gonna say,
"Are they done? They've been playing for like an hour, and it was one song."
we
We got applause, but it took a second.
I feel like the way I remember it, we did play well, and I too was like, oh, they're just not really into it. It
A lot
just
of
wasn't.
practice. It's not everybody's thing.
Yeah,
And I don't
that's
want to brag,
okay.
but the mayor of Portland was there,
and
the roll-offs.
Amy Roloff.
Yeah, well, a roll-off,
dude, and I don't. I don't watch the show, but I did see a preview of the new season, and are they teasing a divorce or selling the
still
farm?
fucking going. I never even fucking watched it. You guys were like, is that Amy Roloff? I was like, whom?
The mayor. Yep. Yeah, we did play well. Well, I guess y'all shamelessly do a plug.
Look it up, guys. Look up our video. There's an interview. We all look like babies, especially me.
The
I got no
Shy
beard.
Seasons. Oh yeah.
Raw dog and artist.
That video.
No, the Shy Seasons
What do they
raw
say?
artists.
Hey, I'm Jesse and I play guitar. Hey, I'm Zach and I play drums.
No, it's like a group interview. We don't like. Hi,
Oh yeah, that's
Zach.
right.
Come on, it's a group interview.
Yeah, but what sucks is the video doesn't even showcase our music. Like it cuts to us and there's music playing in the background.
Well, the thing is the people doing that interview were also like part of that. Like they were like fledgling artists that were like, well, we do interviews, we do videography, and like it was all wrapped up in the same deal. But I don't really expect anyone to check that out. But I mean, I think it's funny. I think it's
If
fucking hilarious.
anybody even checks this out, listen to that. Put it on at the same time.
We made you laugh once,
You owe us.
bigly.
Big Lee.
Are you saying Big Lee or Big League?
I say Big Lee
Yeah.
when I'm mocking that.
I actually, my nickname in high school was Big Lee.
What up, Big Lee?
I think that's
called
what
you
Trump is
that
actually
all the
referencing. He's
time.
like, Big Lee. He's one of the best. He's my favorite man.
Yeah, I love all of your photo ops you have with him. Photo ops.
Come on, hey,
It could be Photoshop.
it was a joke. It was a gag.
It was
Don't.
a joke.
Come on.
I
said crucify me. But
I wish my last impression of Donald Trump was The Apprentice. I wish that's where it stopped for me.
yeah, I feel like we're all on the same page there. Ugh.
Yeah,
I want to
don't
believe
know.
there's hope for the future.
I
but
mean, there's always hope, and yeah, it seems like it's been intense, but
well,
I
let me
think we're
switch.
gonna get through it.
Let me switch gears here a little bit.
How about let's say, really quick,
Say it.
just for post sake,
Mm-hmm.
let's take a break.
We're taking a break.
Well, we'll just.
Coming back to you live and in person. It's your boy Zachary Habenstadt and his honorable co-host Drizzle Blizzle Jesse Benjamin Baker Blair.
Yo, what up? That was a good break.
I had a very leisurely break. I went to the bathroom.
I did relieve
played with
myself.
your cat. I played with your dog. Shout out to Reggie. He's a great dog.
Reg, you're gonna be a big boy.
The crate training, how's that going?
Honestly, it's a lot better now.
Yeah.
Like I was saying, there's no more shit in the cage.
That's
so
good.
That's good. Because it's one of those crates that you slide the bottom out. So if he shits in it, even if you pick up the shit before you slide it out, it gets caught in the grates. You know, gets shit everywhere.
Been there.
But yeah, he's good. You know, he's good. He sleeps in it all night, and then
He's a chill little guy.
He is really chill. Hopefully, when he's an adult, I'll just not even have to keep him in a crate. But even still, I would like him to be comfortable with being in a crate, because there will be times where, sorry, bud.
Yeah, you got to go in the crate.
You're a dog.
And that's fine. You know, that's his place. That's where he feels at home, and that's important.
Yeah, he's a good boy. He's really fucking sweet. All he wants to do is lay and like put his head on your lap if he can. If not, it's all right. He's fine if not.
Put that on our aw.
Oh yeah, I have. My cats are on that.
Are they?
They have, yeah.
How many
a couple years
upvotes?
ago. Let's see. Not a lot. Couple comments.
The highest post I got on Reddit was a fucking Wheel of Time meme. It was like a meme subreddit. But the Wheel of Time, guess what, guys? It's coming to Amazon. It's gonna be. You thought
that.
Game of Thrones was good. Well, guess what?
Dude, that's right. Your project, like, you're just gonna look like a follower now.
What?
Just kidding.
I'm a leader.
I'm still stoked for that. Yeah,
Yeah.
they got the idea from you.
Hey there, gang. Guess what? I did an adaptation of the first book of the Wheel of Time called The Eye of the Worlds, and I'm still looking for actors. So, you know, Jesse BB Blair at Gmail.
You should definitely.
It's my personal email address. Go ahead, shoot me a DM, and I'll.
I wish you guys could hear the prologue. It's sweet.
The prologue, I would
It's
play
sweet.
it.
Do you have any of the first episode? Like, do you have?
I have a lot of the first episode recorded.
No, but arranged.
Yeah.
I know you.
Yeah, like half of the first episode is arranged and recorded.
I would love to hear it.
I'll play it on the show next time.
Here's my highest post, Battlefield 5
Ooh.
post, you know, just pointing out a glitch. Everybody on that subreddit, honestly, they just like to shit talk and nitpick. But
Yeah.
this
I mean,
was
it's a EA game,
legitimate
so that's fair.
concern. 164 upvotes. That's not bad.
That's
for
pretty
me.
good. I got you beat though.
Second highest is 50. I just want to point that out. And
I'll
that's
go
no
ahead.
cats.
Let's look at my profile.
Hang on.
Fine.
Pull it up. But my cats, the highest cat one is 7. 7 upvotes. Psh, come on.
I mean, your cats are pretty cute. Let me see it.
Yeah, look at that. He's
Yeah,
in a
that's
Halloween
pretty cute. That's
shirt.
pretty cute. What you
Okay.
need is both cats.
But look at this one.
No,
I mean, he's
that's
fucking-
great.
That's 406.
Okay.
I stand corrected.
Oh fuck! Yeah, dude, you beat my 225.
Wow.
Hands
That's
down.
pretty good.
Yeah, but it's a very niche meme.
So that's the meme.
So,
I wouldn't
yeah.
understand it probably.
I mean, there's a character who's very authoritarian and
Oh,
just
yeah, that's
like
great.
egotistical.
Make the white.
It's this character who's wearing a MAGA hat. Like it's dumb.
Is that
I'm not
the?
gonna defend it.
Is
It's
that
just
the
so
character from the Amazon series? Is that the actress? I should say.
No, I mean, like she's in one of the scripts that I made, like episode 7 or
Wait,
something. But
so-
it's such a minor role in the first book. We
No, but-
really barely even should talk about it.
But the lady in the meme,
Yeah,
she is.
it's not a real person.
So the joke is just the make the White Tower great again.
Yeah, it's just kind of a joke on her character. For all the Wheel of Time fans out
Yeah.
there, it's Elida. You know, you get it. Elida. She's wearing a MAGA hat. Well, make the tower great again instead of America. But like I said, it's sort of a niche thing. It's not really anything to brag about.
Matwugga.
Matwugga?
Make
Oh,
the
right. Yeah.
No, McWutta.
So
Or McWuttaga.
last night, I'm getting ready for bed. Get this, and my window's open, and I'll just play it through the microphone.
All right.
You think? I will see how it sounds. But there's a little bit of a setup. There's a drunk guy outside, and he's singing, and I recorded it, and I want to play it for all of you right now. So this is that.
Sure, you don't want to try this through this?
Yeah, we may have to run it through. All right, fine, Zach. Okay, you win.
I win.
I'm shit. You're gold. Is that what you want to hear?
Hang on.
Let's get some levels. Check.
I'm at a solid 5. I'm at a 12 o'clock on that thing.
Okay, I'm gonna turn the EQ, the equalizer for those at home.
The equalizer.
The layperson.
I went to school with the guy who said equals instead of equals.
Wait,
Like
what?
the teacher would call on him, solve this problem. Yeah, da, da, da. You know, like 2 plus 2 equal. 2 plus 2 equals 4. Equals.
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 Look at the equals flying.
You know what that equals?
Equals. That's like library, but I've never encountered it in the wild. Okay, so this is called Singing Guy. He was outside my house last night, and I'm honest. I've had it stuck in my head all day.
I'm gonna turn it up a little bit.
Well, it's not playing.
I know, but
Okay.
I heard the little.
Stop asking me how you can help, Google.
Okay, now I'm at a. Okay.
When she's hot, then she's hot. Turn it on, like snap
I don't know.
When she's on, tripping on.
Kind of shut.
Should've seen her dance.
Should've seen her
Come
dance.
on and dance.
Should've come dance.
Come on and dance.
Come on and dance.
Come on and dance.
Jump on and dance
Oh, right.
all the time.
Dance.
Jump on and dance.
Come on and dance.
Dance. Nope. Dance.
Come on and dance.
Dance. Jump on and
Come
dance.
on and dance. When
Sort of
she's
a Michael
high,
Jackson.
I'm back
Jump on
down.
and dance.
Then she's hot. Turn it on. Like snap your teeth.
So thank you, Singing Guy. 'Cause you really made my night. Jump on and
Now
dance.
you're recording that through your bathroom window.
I'm on like the second floor, and he's just out in the street. Jump on and dance. And it was funny because like he started, and I was just listening at my window, like mid pee, like. You know, it's funny. A lot of people are like, "Oh, it stings."
Did you
And
pinch it off?
Yeah, I pinched it. It was fine.
You
Like I
had
can
to
pinch
pinch
it first. I'm pinching it right now.
No, it doesn't sting, but
Okay. Jump on and sting.
all right then.
But so he stopped. He died down, and then I was like, "Oh shit, I missed it." And he started back up again. And
It'd be great
He
if-
sang all the way. Like I heard him fade out. Like can't really hear it in the recording, but like.
So he's walking by. It would be great if he, you pinched it and then he stopped, and then you're like, well, and then you start to pee again, and then he, and then you try to pinch it again, and he stops.
Yeah, ain't that just like life?
Ain't that a piss?
So this
In the
brings me to our next segment
bowl.
called "Ain't That Just Like Life."
It is.
You know when you're trying to do some grocery shopping, and there's somebody who's you got your headphones in and you got your basket, you're trying to get some cup of noodle, some ramen, just get back to your place, maybe a boar's head sandwich, and there's just usually a guy. I don't think I've ever encountered a woman who's like, you try to talk, hey man, let me talk to you. What's going on? What are you doing? What's up? And it's just like, dude, I put my fucking headphones in. Ain't that just like life? It's like, why are you fucking talking? Anyways,
Seriously,
it happens to me all the time.
it is.
I just have this. I don't know what it is.
You're a nice looking guy.
Thank you, but
Excuse me,
it comes at a price. Like
Hi.
when so like a month ago, I was sick. I called out and I went to go get Chinese food, and I'm sitting there waiting for my food, and this guy comes up to me and he's like, "Hey, hi," like I'm his like long lost like
Hello.
buddy. Like we went to high school to get like that's the greeting. Hi, and he holds out his hand for a handshake. And I've got the man cold, you know, like life as I know it is fucking over. Like I'm dead to the world, and I just stare at him because I have literally no energy.
You don't shake his
And
hand.
I mean, I'll go out and get Chinese
shaking your
food.
fucking
It's
hand.
not that bad of a man cold. I'll go out and get Chinese food, but I talk to people,
Fuck that.
and so I'm telling my roommate about it.
That's why I'm
and the
getting
next
Chinese
day,
food.
I'm telling my roommate about it. I'm like, I don't know what this guy's deal is. Like, he eventually left me alone, and you know, my roommate's like, oh, well, that's not a very interesting story. I'm like, okay, well, that's fair. And so I go home, and one of my coworkers were hanging out, and he tells me this story about a guy, and he calls him Hong from Vietnam. And I tell him my story, and I don't know how it worked out, but like we discovered it was the same guy. Like I swear to God, it was the same guy. And I just told Chad, I was like, I'll never know what that was about. Like I'll never know. And it was the same fucking dude. Like he does this. He'll like stop you and be like, hey, like what's up? Like how's it going? And like shake your hand, and then like
Did you say anything? You just stared him.
no, I just stared him down and he left me alone. But the next day,
I'm sorry.
I saw him.
Sorry,
like,
what?
The next day I was at work, I saw him in line, like with a guy, and the guy was buying him lunch.
Oh,
And my coworker Keaton was like, "Oh, I know that guy. That's Hong from Vietnam. He ripped off my friend Seth once." And I was just telling Chad about it, and then yeah, like I don't know, all the 1,000 points of light connected, and I realized, yeah, I'm in the wrong fucking business. I need to start.
fucking Juan from Hong Kong. Don
Hong from Vietnam.
from Vietnam. Pardon me.
Yeah. Wow. And actually, guys, we're gonna have to take another break because
Hong from Vietnam. You're pitching it.
I really, I've been pitching it this whole time. So let's go out on a jam real quick. Choose a random synth tone. I'm going for the key of A. Too high. Home from Vietnam, no. Home from Vietnam, no. Getting on, no. At your expense. Shake your hand. Ask for a couple of cents. Yeah. Don't make no sense. Home from Vietnam, no. Don't make sense. But he's a genius.
let's take a break. Yo, I just got brand new tires on my car. Get out of my way. Just got these 24s rolling. Yeah, get out of my way. I got somewhere to be. Yeah, in my way. I got somewhere to go. Yeah, in my way. Every turn, every lane, every move I make. Get out of my way, bitch. What are you trying to do to me? Making me crazy. Okay.
Well, Zach, I want to thank you for having me.
That's called road rage. Absolutely, left-handed man shake. That's the way we do
Left-handed
it
man
here.
shake. We're bringing it back.
Honestly, I love everybody who
I
loves
love-
me, but
Most of all.
you're probably, I mean, you're the number one choice. You know, I told my
I
agent,
appreciate
I said,
that.
get me Jesse Blair. That's all I'm gonna take. If I don't get him, I'm not making this fucking thing.
And if I could, sort of assume what your agent said, he'd be like, all right, but Jesse's going to be real hard to get.
And he said,
I got to
you know,
tell you, Zach, don't get your hopes up because this guy's a big stir.
I mean, are you my agent? Because you sound just like him. That was a sad. That was like a wood block. That should have been. Yeah, he said, I fucking doubt it. What are you on, crack? I said, look, I've known the guy for like over 20 years, I think.
I don't.
Yes.
Yeah, because kindergarten, yeah.
Yeah.
You're my kindergarten cop.
That's one of my favorite Arnold films.
Still haven't seen it.
John Kimball. Officer John Kimball.
Who's your daddy and what does he do? Right?
Yeah. Let's play a little game. Oh, children.
I'm more of a Conan kind of
I
guy.
haven't practiced. I've only seen that
Conan.
once.
What is best in life?
Conan O'Brien.
Yeah, TBS.
He is very funny though.
He's tall. He's redheaded. You guys would love him.
He prances around. He does. He's fucking funny, and they still put shit out. And you know, his whole shtick is that he's just a fucking asshole to everybody. But
But he was always really nice in the past.
was he? I mean, when he's a host, but when he's like off-site, well, and to his staff, all his bits are like,
I'm a fucking big shot asshole.
he just makes fun of everybody, and he's good at it. He's really fucking good and witty. So,
We got to be to get to the successful point.
and
That
if
Conan's
that
at.
was your job, to just show up to work and have Conan O'Brien make fun of you,
Yeah, I'd get paid for that.
yeah,
Conan, you're so funny.
I couldn't fucking work there. My boss was breathing down my neck every fucking day. He would say, "Oh, we're filming a bit. Oh, this will be so funny. You could be the butt of my joke." Well, fuck that. Who the fuck
Fuck
does he
that.
think I am? I didn't move to Hollywood to be somebody's fucking lackey. I fucking came out here to be a star. And I'm hungry. I'm gonna be a star.
Be a star. Move to Hollywood. Be a star.
Move to Hollywood.
Be a star.
Be a star.
Well, guys, thanks again for being here. If you were, we haven't come up with a cool name for this yet, but rest assured, it's in the works.
it's coming.
I know it was a little rough this first time, but thanks for being here on the cutting room floor. I've been Jesse Blair.
And I've been Zachary Hammerstein.
Stay golden, everybody.